All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, in a surprise move yesterday, the partnership between Canelo Alvarez and Golden Boy Promotions has officially dissolved. Canelo Alvarez is now not only a free agent, but the most coveted free agent in all of boxing. And, it dates back to Canelo's issues with both Golden Boy and DAZN. And, of course, DAZN is a streaming network that agreed to a deal to televise his fights. Canelo was not a fan of Golden Boy negotiating deals on his behalf without his knowledge to it. DAZN was expecting Golden Boy to deliver top quality fights every time with Canelo Alvarez. That was not the case, and all parties have now decided to go their separate ways. And you look at this fractured relationship between Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya, and when Canelo Alvarez burst onto the scene, 8-9 years ago, under the Golden Boy banner, it appeared to be a match made in heaven. Oscar De La Hoya, during his professional boxing career, was one of the most storied Mexican boxers of all time. And now, Canelo appeared to be the guy that Oscar was grooming to take that medal. And, Canelo has had his fair share of big fights over the years. You look at the two battles with Gennady Golovkin, meeting Miguel Cotto, clashing with Floyd Mayweather, you name it. And, Canelo had and still has a very large contingent of Mexican boxing fans that support him, and rightfully so, because when he fights, he brings a lot of excitement to the ring. Now that relationship is gone. You look at a guy like Canelo, he's in the prime of his career, he's 30, and like I said, he's one of the most popular boxers, but he's been inactive. Canelo has not fought now in a year, and I say that he has Andre Ward syndrome, from the standpoint that, Andre Ward was in the prime of his career, but issues with his promoter took away from his ability to go out there and fight. And we are seeing that right now with Canelo Alvarez. I look at this guy. He still has immense talent. He has immense power. It's up to him whether he's going to stay at middleweight or possibly move up to light heavyweight. We saw him succeed at light heavyweight when he was able to get the knockout victory over Sergey Kovalev. But does Canelo go the self-promotion route now? We'll have to wait and see. Does he team with a big-time promoter like Al Heyman? Does he go with Top Rank? We have to see. But you look from the Golden Boy's perspective, Oscar De La Hoya is still going to go out there and get guys. This, to me, screams of Oscar De La Hoya's ego getting the best of him. And, sometimes we as people don't appreciate what we have until we lose it. And it's one of those where, egos got in the way here. And, Canelo is still a very valuable fighter. His name commands a ton of respect, both physically and financially in the boxing sector. But I think it's something where, Golden Boy figured, we can just go on and do what we want to do. It's not the case all the time. You'd have hoped that cooler heads prevailed for everybody involved, but that was never the case. Like I said, Canelo is still a big name. He's going to go out there, and regardless of what he does, he's going to make money. I think the biggest thing for him, he's got to go out there and fight some reputable fighters. People are not going to pay pay-per-view money to see Canelo Alvarez or any other boxer consistently against a second or even third-tier fighter in a main event. And that's what's happening with a lot of promoters in boxing. They just figure that, we can stick our top guy in there with anybody and everything will be fine. People are not going to pay their hard-earned money to consistently do that. It doesn't work that way. You can only fool some people some of the times, but you can't fool everybody all of the times. And that is what's happening right now. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Canelo, once he gets back into the ring, I definitely will think that he'll take a tune-up fight to kind of shake some of that rust off. He still has been training, but training and sparring is a little bit different from actually getting in the ring and clashing with guys. We'll have to wait and see. It's unfortunate that this happened, but you could see the writing on the wall. And at the end of the day, it's just another clear example of what happens when egos get the best of us. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. I want to thank all of my fans out there for subscribing. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.